So guys, this was the moment Mr. Peter Obi wept when he talked about meeting a Nigerian graduate who couldn't start her baking business because she could not afford an oven that cost 75,000 naira. That moved Mr. Peter Obi to tears.
It wasn't just that. He said, we won the election and we will prove it to the world. We will reclaim that mandate. Another round of applause for him. Okay, so we will take a few questions from journalists who are. So, if you raise your hands, I recognize you. You come out here and speak. Okay. Oh, all right.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean Kimale. I'm a reporter with Channels Television. I'd like to ask you, it does look, I have two questions, and they're quick ones. You said that you're going to reclaim, and you said you won the elections. If you'd like to expatiate on what you meant by that, in what areas do you think, because your speech does look to me like the elections is flawed as far as you're concerned, what are the evidence that you have to support the claim about the conduct of the election? And if you can tell us which areas, what are the aspects of the elections you think that are not right? The second part of my question is the journey since Saturday election. You seem to have formed an alliance with other political parties like the PDP. Are you doing this challenge on the election or the outcome of the election alongside with them? How much of partnership do you have with the PDP? Have you spoken to the candidate of the PDP? What kind of alliance are you forming? Again, because of the sensitivity of the outcome, the nation went into a very crucial and tense election, came out of it, things the nation is still very tense. And also, we discovered that the nation at this time needs to come together. What kind of words are you going to send out to your supporters and your followers in respect to the fact that we must have a nation first, and then we must be able to keep the nation together? And lastly, have you spoken? Have you reached out to the man that was going to declare winner for Tinubu? Thank you.
Well, you did ask me the process and the areas. If I tell you all this, I don't know what I'll be telling the court. We have passed the stage of that because we were asked to go to the court. Isn't that what they said? Yes. So let's go there. Remember that I'm obedient. I want to tell you, I'm going to go where I'm directed to go. So, and then you will see where and how. But just to give you an emphasis, in 2015, the number of registered voters, if I can remember, is about, what was it again? About 67 million registered voters and 29.4 voted. In 2019, that tally increased to about 84 million, and about 28.4 million voted. And then we were told that about 11 million registered in 2022, if I'm correct, which brought the registration to about 95. But 87 collected their PVC because of the issue of not being able to collect their PVC. But only 23.3 million voted. You can see that how Nigeria works. So we have an increase of 11 million, and the voters dropped by sharply by over 20% instead of increasing. The reason it was due to manipulation and reduction and removal and inputs of votes here and there. Because otherwise the number is supposed to have increased. It didn't increase. Because people were busy doing what is wrong. And we have chosen our challenge this rascality for the future of the country. Nigeria cannot conduct election 63 years after independence. It's something everybody should reflect on. Unexamined life is not worth living. And we can't go on like this. Shehu, you asked about the alliance. We are not in alliance. We are discussing and in partnership with other people and any other Nigerian who feels hot as we do. I've said it and I repeat, I have all my life challenged the process. I believe that the process through which people get anywhere is respected. As a person, I've had a school award me a professor, and I can go and see my reply to them. I said, I can't be, because I've not gone through the process of being a professor. The process through which people come into any place is far more fundamental than what they do thereafter. We must not have people who have the moral authority because of the process who come into it. Shall if we use the process we use today, tell me how we can tell the train robber, the kidnapper, that is doing the wrong thing. Say we have not made calls anyway.
Okay.
I'm not against making calls. Everybody that is involved in this, even the two main contenders, have always said, are my elder brothers, you know, the farmer seniors. They should actually be my father, so I respect them. And I keep with that. And if they call me and want me to see them, I will see them. But on this issue, I'm challenging the process.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go from here. Please come out and
My name is Peter Obi. I work for judiciary. My question is just about the judiciary. You're going to court. There've been concerns about the integrity of the judiciary. Do you believe you'll be able to get justice given the questionable calls and decisions, especially of the apex court?
Mr. Fidelis, there's no Nigerian who can say has been a beneficiary of the judiciary more than me. And all this while they tell me about integrity of the judiciary. From 2003, I've always been in the court. I was there 3 years to reclaim my mandate. I was there to come back from impeachment. I was there to do interpretation. I was there to challenge my second tenure election. And in all, I've been successful. Without in any way compromising or doing the wrong thing. Like I said, I have never knowingly, and everybody can know, compromise any law officer, any judicial officer, anybody in process, because I believe they're doing their job. So I believe they know their customers in the other side. Mine is to do the right thing. And I'm going to go there with the right thing. And when I'm going, I'm seeking who will benefit the future of their own children. And I'm sure they will do the right thing.
Okay. All right, just sitting next. I'm coming to your side. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Obi. I report for VOA Voice of America. My question is, I've been speaking with observers and political experts who say that for you to be able to reclaim a mandate that you said has been taken from you, you need to prove abundantly enough that the suppression, voter suppression that has been alleged, the violence and everything that happened on Saturday was enough to sway the votes in your direction. So do you have abundantly enough evidence to do so?
Well, let me again say it. We're not yet in court. I was on my way to court. I want to go to court.
Okay. All right, come. I wanted to travel this way, but I see you. No. Okay.
My name is Omo and I fought for Arise TV. Sorry. I just want to ask you, because you told us some moments ago that you have been having series of meetings with a lot of people, people from the international community, and maybe back home in Nigeria. Do you feel like you are under any pressure from anywhere?
Not at all. I can tell you, nobody will ever put me under pressure when I challenge his conduct, rascality, or illegal process. Because it's not about it's not about, you can't, how do you put the person who is doing kidnapping under pressure? We're challenging what is wrong. It is not about me, it's not about you, it's about the society our children will live in. And I want people to understand that. I'm challenging a process that is faulty, a process that is wrong. It could be anybody. It is not about anything. So there's no pressure. Nobody has. And they know they will not.
Okay, the lady at the back. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rena Obosegi. I work for that communications. So I want to ask you, how are you engaging the international communities on the outcome of the election?
Thank you very much. Now the real AIT, not former AIT.
Quite frankly, I'm not unless on invitation, I'm not engaging any international community or international body, because I feel this is a Nigerian problem. And this is time we have to start solving our problem. Elections have been conducted in all parts of Africa. And nobody have ever seen something near what we're going through here. So I'm not consulting anybody.
Okay.
Good day, sir. My name is Neomani. I'm correspondent for News Central. I know you've recorded a lot of success rates when you go to court. I'm not trying to be an antagonist, but if you eventually go to court and it remains the same, that the mandate is given to your opponent, what will you do? Secondly, we've seen a lot of visuals online about youth destroying their PVCs. What word do you have to these youth who you somewhat represent their demographic?
Well, I'm still going. And you have to know, I'm committed to going through this journey with them. It's not going to be a one-day journey. No matter how long the night is, they will be there. And I want to show them that I will be there. We have to go through darkness. I'm going to go through this darkness with them. Because I know we're not going to ask these people to live easily. That's why they're there. That's why they have structure. That structure of criminality can't go away overnight. That structure of destruction can't go overnight. Structure that have created 133 million people living in multi-dimensional poverty can't go out overnight. Structure that have created 95 million people living under absolute poverty can't go out overnight. Structure that have created over 20 million out-of-school children can't go out overnight. All we need to show is commitment, resilience, like use all the resources we can, all our energy, everything. All I assure them that I'm not going away. I'll be at the forefront. We will walk through this darkness until day break. It's something. I know the court will do the right thing. Their children are involved. The future of their children are involved. I had an experience today, just today, that I told my chairman, I choose, whenever I meet a young person, I want to know what that young person does. So you see me every day talking to young people. So just this morning, she was worried and said to me, she was almost in tears that I lost the election. And I said, so what's her name? She said, she just called her name. I said, so who are you? She said she was from Nasarawa. So I said, where did you go to school? She said she went to University of Nasarawa. I said, so what do you do? She said she has no job. She graduated since 2018. I said, so what are you trying to do? She told me she's learned how to do baking. So why are you not baking instead of being here to do this? She said she doesn't have 75,000 naira to buy an oven.
Okay, so many people at the back there. So what I'm going to do is...
That's the one to get in Nigeria every day. People who don't have money to buy an oven.
Okay, so those are the back. I recognize two people from the back so you can, because of the time it takes you to move. You'll be coming, let me call someone here while you're coming.
Good morning. Yes, honestly. My name is Dixon Iregu. I anchor Nigeria right now. Yeah. With the gloomy picture that is out there in our society today, with the rot in the political space, where do you get your inspiration and your strength from? Nigerians want to do this.
Of course, I get my inspiration, Dixon, from the young girl who doesn't have 75,000 naira to buy an oven. When people like me can sit down in a place and drink a bottle of wine that is costing that amount in the same country. When people like me have stolen billions of public money, that would have bought an oven for that young graduate. So that's where you get your inspiration. I said I want to build a new Nigeria, where those youths will have hope, where there will be a future for them. But I can't build it, Dixon, unless I do the right things, so that they can emulate how to do the right things. We cannot do it. We have to teach them how to do the right thing. Dixon, I have an opportunity to do what other people are doing. And you've seen it from my corporate world, where I chair corporations, including Security and Exchange Commission, to my being governor of a state. I had an opportunity to do what other people are doing, but I didn't do it. Because we have to live and show an example. And use the resources of the country public resources for public good, and ask those who have opportunity of doing the right thing for the country to do the right thing. If we have a security man, he should do his job. If I have somebody to conduct an election, I've been an observer of election in some of the West African countries. It wasn't anything near this. Is this what we spent billions to do? Hey, what a minute. We should have used that billions to do something.
I hope you are not the IT.
Kamala is your name. TV3 in Ghana. You said that you were going to court. One, what are the reliefs that you were seeking? Then two, the ECOWAS and Africa Union observer missions have described this election as generally fair. Do you ascribe to the suggestions or the reports describing the elections as generally fair?
Well, let me tell you, throughout my comments, I didn't want to mention comments of observers, because if you choose it, there's so many other observers like European Union, EU, NRI, and so many who have said it did not meet the standards, who have said it's rich, who have said this. So let's not talk about what the observers are saying. Let's look at what Nigerians are saying. This is essentially a Nigerian problem, and I want to hear Nigerians. With all due respect to those who are visiting us, it's a Nigerian problem. I'm talking about what Nigerians feel. You're from Ghana?
Yes, please.
Is this fair in Ghana? Because you have, yeah. Just say, tell me, is this fair in Ghana?
Any standard, do you describe it as fair though?
I just asked you a question. It is not, my brother, I've been to your country and I've witnessed election. The earlier we start saying things are wrong when it's wrong, my brother, Africa will be good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me because it happened there. Don't be part of that. African is the ones. The other question you asked about going to court, I've told you, I cannot answer until I get to where I was asked to go. If I was asking a question that you're asking me here as I was coming here, will I say answer you? No. I was coming here to see journalists and answer their questions. And that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. Now, the last two. No, just come. The lady who's calling me, come on.
I'll go there. You can go there and give it to them. Give it to them then.
Okay.
Your Excellency, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kingsley of the Daily Independent newspapers. I wouldn't want to throw a popular path now. My question to you would be, Nigeria has seen a lot, from the violence in the northeast to the killings in some other parts of the country, in the south. If, for the sake of peace, the person and the party that was declared to be the winner approaches you for a unity government, for the sake of peace, don't you think also should be shaped and with all the path of peace?
Let me say it again for purposes of your understanding. I've never, if you remember when I made my general comments, where is it? Please come, I want to be looking at you. Listen very carefully. When I made my general comment, if you recall, I did ask for people to go about peacefully. And since after the election, I've never done anything to show that I don't want peace. I believe in a very peaceful Nigeria. I've had several phone calls where I asked people to remain calm and peaceful. That has nothing to do with what I'm challenging. I'm challenging the process. If the process is faulty, it's faulty. In fact, you can't build peace on a faulty foundation. It's going to happen to anyone in the world. You have to deal, the foundation has to be right for peace to prevail. And that is what the foundation is, what I'm challenging. And I'm pleading with you. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about the future of society our children and future generations will live in. It has to be built on foundation of honesty, transparency, justice, fairness. We went into election where somebody said and promised and shouted, this is the route we are going to go. This is how we are going to go there. And we followed the track. All of us. Suddenly in that long distance journey. And it wasn't one day, and it wasn't quick. It lasted for over 1 year. And all of us told that line. Followed it. And suddenly, as we get to the end of it, somebody jumped from somewhere and claimed the prize. What did he do? At that stage, my brother, it's not about peace. There's a process of being anything you want to be. If you want to be a professor, you must go and be a lecturer, write thesis, and you are approved to be a professor. If you want to be a doctor, you go and read medicine. You cannot suddenly, from being a lawyer, and say confer a doctorate degree. No. Lawyers go through law school. I can be a lawyer. I cannot be awarded senior advocate today, no matter my knowledge of the law, because it is a process of being a senior advocate. Process is important, my brother. That's what makes a society. In this society, we have seen people suddenly become a senior advocate without going to law school. That's what we want to stop. Orderliness, rule of law. That's what makes a society.
Your Excellency, I think in the interest of time, you have a whole lot of things to do.
There was one lady asking.
Yes. I asked her to come because I know how you feel about young people. I wanted her to ask a question, but she got tired standing.
No.
Do you still want to ask your question?
That young girl. That young girl.
Yes, I gave her the opportunity.
Where is she? Scared away.
She's not.
Her boss. No, her boss really is there.
Hello. Okay, you can come now. Please come.
Ask that question. Take it to her, sir. Please. Feel free.
So my name is just from China. So I wanted to ask, what are your advices on the youth? What are your advices on the youth as volunteers, because they believe their votes don't count? So are you telling them to come out to vote in governorship?
Thank you. My sister, I insisted because when I saw these are the people who have put their faith in us. Be assured. Believe me as an elder brother. Believe me as a father. Believe me that this journey, I'm totally committed to it. And I'll walk through with you. I know how disillusioned you are. Don't be. Because the people we're dealing with have made up their mind that we won't succeed. We have also mind that we will succeed. And I assure you that our will, is bigger than that. The God we worship will see us through. Because you know we're doing the right thing. So let me reemphasize. Go out massively on Saturday. Vote for the right persons. Vote for Labour Party. We are committed to this. I know it is not as easy as I say it, because you're feeling, people see me now.
Please remember to come out for the governorship election that is scheduled for the 11th of March 2023. We have to vote for all the Labour Party candidates. Let's ensure we come out en masse to give them our support. Please, we have to vote them into places of power. We have to vote in all the Labour Party governorship candidates so that they will also be a support to Mr. Peter Obi and Dr. Dati Ahmed. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, give this video a like, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.